Hey you guys, it's your girl T. So I wanted to come on here and talk about the whole Ayesha Steph Curry situation last night, honey. When I tell you Twitter was lit, yes, okay? Twitter was lit. It was just so crazy. The game last night was insane. It was so much drama in my own house. My youngest and my brother are going for the Golden State Warriors. My oldest and his best friend are going for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so it's just a bunch of mess and arguing and them going back and forth. It was just insane. It was a very good game. It was very dramatic. It was a bunch of mess, a bunch of drama, but the Cavaliers came back and they won. And it was so insane because Steph Curry got so mad at being fouled out that he took out his mouthpiece and he literally threw it across the room. He hit a fan who damn well paid $10K for that seat, okay? So it was just so much mess. But a lot of the mess started early in the night with Ayesha Curry, okay? Now, you guys know I've made several videos in the past defending her when she spoke about the way women dress and, how she carries herself and everything else. I've always taken up for her because I felt like, that's Ayesha Curry's opinion, and there's nothing wrong with her wanting to be classy and demure, there's nothing wrong with that. And I've always stuck up for her, but I noticed that lately she's just been doing a lot on social media that's been really, really irritating me, and I haven't really spoke about it. Just the other day she was going off, trying to defend her husband because folks were clowning his shoes. They were saying that his shoes were whack, they were boring, and she was swearing up and down that the shoes were fire, and she was clapping back at fans, and and I had to give her the side eye when she was doing that. Like, what? The same way you're entitled to your opinion about how you want to dress demure and classy is the same way the fans are entitled to their opinion about if they want to wear your husband's shoes or not. Now, me personally, I didn't see anything wrong with Steph Curry's shoes. I thought they were decent. I thought they was cool, but my kids said that they were not. They were boring. They were whack. My kids didn't like them. They said I only like them because I'm old. I don't know. But I was feeling his shoes. I thought they were cute. I would rock them. But I understand with a lot of these kids, they like those bright colors. And, my kids, they love their LeBron James shoes and their Kyrie Irvings and, all that stuff and their Jordans. A lot of kids nowadays like things to be brightly colored. They want them attention grabbing. So unfortunately for Steph Curry, his shoes just look plain white and boring, okay? So that's, so her tweeting at people and trying to go off on people about these shoes, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I didn't say anything. So what went down is that basically after Steph Curry was ejected from the game, he was fouled out, and after, the Cleveland Cavaliers won. And I don't care if I'm mispronouncing how to say that word. That's how I call it, okay? So after they had won, she basically took to Twitter and went off and said that this was a conspiracy, the game is rigged and everything else. Folks started going in on her, and within 30 minutes, she deleted her tweet. But it really caused a firestorm last night on Twitter. When I tell you, folks went in on Ayesha Curry, including myself. I just did not agree with the things that she was saying. I want you guys to go ahead and check out these memes, these comments, what folks had to say. Check this out, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
night. As Tristan Thompson able to get that deflected rebound. And a foul on Curry, and Curry's going to get it with a technical. He throws his mouthpiece after fouling out of the game.
And it hit a fan, Mike.
And it was that second contact that they called. And you rarely see Curry lose it like that.
Yeah, I've thrown my mouthpiece before. I usually aim at the scores table. I was off aim. Definitely didn't mean to throw it at a fan. But it happened, and went over and apologized to him because that's obviously not where I was trying to take my frustration out. But the last two fouls I had, I thought I didn't think I fouled either Kyrie or LeBron. That's just kind of my perception of the plays, and I had a reaction to it. It's obviously frustrating fouling out in the fourth quarter of a clinching game and not being out there with my teammates. So it got the best of me, but I'll be all right for next game.
All right, guys, the NBA is not rigged, okay? People win and they lose. The NBA is not rigged. The refs made bad calls, and yes, sometimes the refs, they are very, very shitty, okay? But the NBA is not rigged. It's great games. You have a chance to win, you got to win. You don't win, you lose, you go home and you deal with it. Everybody saying the NBA is rigged, need to stop it. It's not rigged.
I'm tired of this shit. Kill all these motherfuckers. I'm sick fucking tired of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit. So many motherfuckers fucking tired of this shit. Don't let me kill all you motherfuckers. Come on. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. 'Cause it's bad boy for life.
'Cause if you down, 'cause if you down, 'cause if you down.
I need a one dance, got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance, got a Hennessy in my hand.
LeBron hit 40, so top that, the real MVP. So stop that, LeBron passed 40, so top that, the real MVP. So stop that, foul out, 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 you fouled out.
All right, so you guys just checked out the comments and what folks had to say. So Cleveland won last night 101-115, okay? So after folks drug Ayesha Curry for the filth, she decided to come back and not only apologize, she also blamed her rant on her father being racially profiled by the police. So of course, even today, she's still trending and folks are still going in on her. See, this is my thing with Ayesha, okay? Ayesha, you need to take some notes from Savannah James because nobody's husband gets more slander than Savannah's husband, okay? And yet and still, you never see Savannah saying anything. She carries herself classy. She does her own thing. She does not get involved in her husband's job. And I feel like Ayesha Curry is just way too involved. It's one thing to be a fan. It's one thing to be a supportive wife. But it's like when the man is doing interviews on the court, here comes Ayesha Curry running down there, there trying to be seen. You know, she's just doing a lot where a lot of these other wives know to, you know, kind of just let their husbands do them. You know what I'm saying? I find it funny that all of a sudden she wants to scream that the game is rigged. Now, anybody with common sense knows that a lot of times they want the games to go all the way. They don't want these teams winning in 1 to 3 games. They want the games to go as far as they can. You know what I'm saying? I find that funny that now all of a sudden it's rigged. You know, I find it funny that just a few weeks ago when Golden State Warriors was playing OKC and they came back to win and kick them out the finals, where was this conspiracy then? So now it's rigged and it's a conspiracy when your husband gets fouled out. You know what I'm saying? When they lose, now you're complaining. And what made me mad with Steph Curry's tantrum, I'm glad that he did apologize, but what irritated me with that and then her comments, it's like both of you guys are just way too blessed to be showing out like this. You know what I'm saying? Ayesha Curry literally has this entire fan base. She was able to get a cooking show and get all this done, not necessarily based off of her popularity or her dishes. She got this because of her husband's popularity, okay? She's being given opportunities because her husband is in the NBA. So it's funny that the NBA is rigged and you're upset, but in the same breath, you have no problem benefiting off of the NBA. You have no problem getting money and getting checks from the NBA. Her husband is worth over $100 million. He's been nominated MVP not once but twice. So it's funny that, you know, it's not rigged when everything is in Steph Curry's favor. But as soon as he loses or he's fouled out, now all of a sudden here comes all these conspiracy theories. You feel me? Don't sit here complaining, bitching, and whining once things aren't in your favor. If you want to speak on rigging and cheating and everything else, speak on it when your husband gets voted MVP. Speak on it before your husband signs a $100 million contract. Speak on it before your husband gets millions and millions of dollars in endorsements through Under Armour and everyone else. You know, at the end of the day, her and her entire family are able to live comfortably because of the NBA, okay? So to turn around and try and bite the hand that feeds you, I'm gonna need Ayesha Curry to have several damn seats, okay? She was acting like a spoiled brat last night on Twitter, and then for her to try and dismiss her rant and blame it on police brutality, to me was just bullshit. And that's why I said on Twitter, I'm gonna need you to log off of Twitter, beloved, because you're doing a bit too much tonight, okay? She needs to take a note from Miko Grimes' playbook. For those who don't know who Miko Grimes is the wife of Brent Grimes, and he used to play for the Miami Dolphins. And Miko used to always jump on Twitter, popping off, cussing folks out. If her husband's team lost, she'd be going in. You know, she showed out so much on social media that it literally affected her husband's job, and the Miami Dolphins ended up dropping him. Thankfully, Brent was picked up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but once again, she's been back on Twitter showing out, and people are really upset with her because they feel like her antics and her going off on social media, her cussing out Dolphins fans, basically tarnishing her husband's reputation. So to me, I feel like Ayesha Curry needs to fall the hell back and stop running her mouth so much. You know what I mean? So instead of her focusing on her cooking show and focusing on just being a mother and a wife, she needs to stop being a sideline commentator and stop just posting ridiculous tweets before she ends up affecting her husband's career the same way Miko did to Brent, okay? So anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy situation, honey. Once again, concerning Steph and Ayesha Curry, how did you feel about yesterday's game, and how did you feel about Steph Curry's behavior? Oh, and last but not least, let me get on Skip Bayless's ass. Now, I find it real funny that, you know, Skip Bayless had nothing to say but try to defend Steph Curry for his actions. Like I said on Twitter, should Steph Curry be suspended? Hell no. Hell no, he should not be suspended. But we all know damn well if the roles were reversed and that was LeBron James out there throwing his mouth guard at a fan, Skip Bayless would be all over it. He'd be calling for LeBron James's head, calling him a spoiled brat and everything else. But once Steph Curry does something, Skip Bayless is quiet. Like I told you on Twitter yesterday, I have no dog in this fight. I just like sports. I just like to watch sports and things like that. So I made it perfectly clear what my feelings were. And even though I'm talking about this, I'm making this video, I have no hate towards Ayesha Curry. But I'm objective enough to call her out on her bullshit when she messes up. And I feel like what she did yesterday was just totally uncalled for. So anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on yesterday's game. Were you surprised that Cleveland came back the way they did and that they ended up winning? And then how do you feel about Steph Curry's antics and him, you know, basically throwing his mouth guard? And how do you feel about Ayesha Curry and what she had to say about the NBA being rigged and her being upset? And then how do you feel about her apology and then her trying to blame blame her attitude and her rant on the fact that her father was supposedly racially profiled. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.